Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoatRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop at GoatRacingDiecast.com.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature eSports, and a pleasure to have you live and in charge. We'll count down green action presented by Lunatic Designs. We're getting ready to go playoff racing here in the SIM500 GOAT Racing Diecast Xfinity Series. And I want to thank everybody for being out there and doing the deed and enjoying life and, just trying to, bear with everybody. It's a good day. It's a good day for racing. It's a good day for everything. So we are going to be running big old fast track as warm-ups continue. I think I'm going through everything that everybody else went through this week when it comes to the some audio updates and stuff like that. I have Jess was just talking about this with one of the content creators she was watching, and Budgie was telling me about it earlier. So yeah, we're actually dealing with that. So it is a thing. So we're just gonna get through it. We did update our BIOS yesterday. We did reinstall iRacing as well. So some things should be going. If I don't hear your alerts, that is only because I will need to reset or restart OBS. And you never know if you're going to hear things sometimes until it happens that way. So, Mr. Van Nest, Mr. RB Turner, thank you for the likes out there, folks. I appreciate you. I just saw that. That's fun. It's going to be good. Here's your race information for tonight's race. 110 laps here at the GOAT Racing Diecast Xfinity Series. We're going to run at Atlanta Motor Speedway, or Hot Atlanta as I like to call it, because there is no super speedway about it. It is the 2008 variant of before the repave, before they went to the higher banks, and it's my favorite version of this racetrack, currently on iRacing, until things change and things wear out and all that stuff happens. So we'll make it go. It'll be good. Everybody will be fine. It's going to be a 1.5 mile length of racing surface, or as the iRacing telemetry would say, 1.51 mile length racing surface. They do have 100% fuel. They have 4 sets of tires to change into. 86 degrees on the air temperature, 100 degrees on the track temperature. There is no better way to say it, but this track has a tendency to be very bumpy and a whole lot of fun. So bumps out of corner exits. The groove on the bottom side of the racetrack is difficult to run, and it just kind of works. Go check out what GOAT's doing. You can also find SIM500 in our link tree, or you can go to sim500.com. You can follow along with the series and what they're going to be doing on Wednesday nights with the truck series that they're bringing to the platform over here as well as continue to follow the Xfinity series and the playoff points that are going on. Hey, let's get to it. Tommy Ryan's going to be your pole sitter here tonight, with Tyler Dalton as your outside pole sitter. Mark Jorgensen Jr. will have J.P. Phillips to his outside. Logan Kogar is going to be out there with Ross Cato. Brandon Alphen, the Alpha Chino, is going to be out there with Mike Montezzi in row number 4. Alex Bryson and David Schildhouse are going to be out there in row number 5. E.J. O'Rourke and Sean Macklin in row number 6. Mr. Butler, thank you for the like. I did hear that one. So, hey, I'm going to be able to hear some things. That's pretty awesome. I did hear that. That's awesome. Woohoo. I'm happy. Happy about it. Let's do it. Down the next row is going to be Bentley Glazer and Justin Fuller. Jason Karlovich is going to be out there with Stephen Miles, Jeff Bryan, Barry Stevens in row number 9. Row 10 will be Glenn Campbell and Chad Coleman. Rich Swavely, Robert Fryery the third in row 11. Bobby Wetzel, Doug Ross in row 12. Row 13, Nelson Rivera, Ron Holyfield. Row 14, Joe Hudson, Kevin Stone, Brian Macklin, Andrew Griesbaum, then Kevin England, Doug Sigmund, Brian Wortman, Randy Oakham, and Eric Arnold through that field. Jorgensen Jr., 2-point deficit on the lead in the championship standings. The chase format, the way that they have everything going on, we're getting ready to enter into the round of 8. So right now we're in the round of 16, and the way the championship points are setting, David Schildhouse actually leads those point standings, 2109 to 2107. Justin Fuller in third. Karlovich is going to be in fourth. Both Sean and Brian Macklin are tied at 2082 for fifth. Glazer and Alphen, if the chase were to reset today, would go directly over, and Tommy Ryan would be out. So, but if you look at the point standings for the next couple of spots, we're talking about just a couple of different laps here, so, or a couple of different position points. So, you know, a lot to be said when it comes to this race and what these drivers are going to be able to do. But Tommy Ryan looking to put the naysayers to bed. And we're going to go green flag racing at Hotlanta. Stand up on the field. We're ready to go. You're ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do the thing. You're going to be able to hear it. Green flag. Must favor light. Jason Karlovich trying to hold on to the bottom side. Justin Fuller down there as well. Jeff Ryan working the bottom side. Going to turn down a little bit of volume here as we got some things adjusted. Tyler Dalton leading. Tommy Ryan in second. Jorgensen Jr. in third. Thank you, Musk. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody being out there doing the dang old deed. Hopefully everybody's having a great night. And we're all enjoying ourselves. How does the stream look? How does the stream look? That's the big question. CPU usage is down. EJ O'Rourke, fastest lap of the race so far, 31.59 here on the outside lane. That's the big question. We're live on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, and each of you can comment on which way does it look okay. I'm not having any artifact damage. Everything is maxed out. And I wanted to test it, so we cranked up. I did do it good. Thank you, Budgie. I did do a chip setup update. Oh, caution's going to be coming out here. We're going to take a look. And of course, I just heard our good friend, the spotter. Unless the yellow flag was out, and I don't know why. I think it was Glenn Campbell that might have had an issue. Here's the look. Oh, Chad got into the back bumper, the left rear quarter panel of Glenn Campbell there. Into the corner, down to the bottom. Just trying to push into the corner. Oh, Glenn got nailed there. Robert Fryery III tried to whoa up, and it's just right in front of him. So Robert Fryery III, just left side damage there, massive. So Glenn Campbell will come to pit road. He'll get that nose worked on, and that's unfortunate for him. Thank you, Budgie. It looks good. Thank you. As long as it looks better, that's what matters. And we got no blinking. We had so much going on last night, and so glad to be able to do it. right, there it is. There it is. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate you. Thank you, folks, for being out there. Thank you for killing it and doing the deed. Rick Man Racing brought out the baby metal car tonight. Let's see if you can bring some. But I hope so. I hope so. That's Richard Swavely right there. Bring it back to baby metal. I like it. I like it. I hope he has a good race. Top 10 night for him would be awesome. Much better than ever. No blinking. That's right, Mr. Butler. Looks good. Thank you, RB. I appreciate you. Budgie, thank you. Thank you for the clip as well. I appreciate that. That's the key. That's what we want. We want to make sure that what we're doing is constantly improving. But yesterday, yeesh, it was bad. It was really bad. Like, probably not going to stay at your beat. And back from work today. Hey, man, get some rest, or turn it on and just listen. I'll give you the sounds of iRacing and put you to sleep. I hope work was okay today. Today we are getting very close. So those who don't know, besides everything that we do here for iRacing and our streams at night, on top of all of that, we have our photography and media business that we do. But also I do construction with my stepdad as well. Very close to finishing up a remodel. And it's pretty awesome to be able to get that thing finished. And pretty proud of it as well. So we hope to be done with that by Friday. It's been an 8-month project. So I understand having the dang old you know what? That's still going. Sorry about the music still going in the background there, folks. I couldn't hear it. So now it's gone. So we're good. Because NVIDIA had an update today as well. And everything else is good. So we're going green. If you can hear the spotter tell us we're going green, then, maybe we're doing ourselves some justice. I use Crew Chief normally, so at least this way you folks get to hear the end game. EJ O'Rourke to the bottom side, trying to make the pass for second here. Tommy Ryan back to fourth. Brandon Alphen, Arch looking to make his way forward. Tyler Dalton out front. We'll see the 41 of EJ O'Rourke up on the outside lane. Second lane is a good smooth lane around this racetrack, but typically we see these drivers run the bottom to save tires. Tyler Dalton up on the inside. Jorgensen Jr. in third. David Schildhaus off one from the start of the race, working the outside, very outside. You can rip around the racetrack. The tire model does support running down the back straightaway, running the high side. However, tire wear is the most egregious thing here, and we'll see if the driver's going to be able to hold on to it. Tyler Dalton's going to be back to second as EJ O'Rourke is up 10 early. 10 laps in, 100 laps to go next time by. EJ O'Rourke, Tyler Dalton, Brandon Alphen. Also, I feel better. Still got a little bit of a cough, still got a little bit of the congestion, but I can talk today. I might lose my voice through the process, but it's much better. Much better. Brandon Alphen, bottom side of the racetrack. Dale's Pools on board. SIM500 all over that nose of the old 88 there. JP Phillips up one from the start of the race, trying to keep his way moving forward. 18 of Sean Macklin up 6. Trying to break that tie between he and Brian. Brian Macklin back in 21st, up 8 spots. Randy Yoakum's going to be up 12. We're all moving. Yeah. Let's see where they're taking us here. Good battle here. Ross Cato on the bottom side of the racetrack. It's the number 12, Bentley Glazer just ahead. Glazer, one of the playoff drivers, trying to continue to push on and push forward. EJ O'Rourke again up front. His lead about a second and a half over Brandon Alphen. Tyler Dalton very close to the same marker here as the 19 looks back to the inside. Brandon Alphen trying to keep clear, runs the inside lane. 88 up on the outside. You see a good split right there with those drivers as they get out of the exit of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Massive undertaking when it comes to how you're able to get into the corner here. All things considered, I'm doing just fine. Yep. We got some dang old stuff going on here. Tyler Dalton clears, goes up to the outside lane. Brandon Alphen on the bottom. 88 down the back straightaway. He's going to have a big run here. We'll see the 21 try to keep it at bay. We'll see if they get into the corner. Easy braking for the 21 down to the bottom. Heavy bumps, of course, onto the splitter. See JP Phillips in tow. Phillips off one again. Take a look at the splitter. Right there for every one of these drivers. Corner exit. Very bumpy tail end of the racetrack. But the splitter of JP Phillips' car is going to drag a little bit on the right side. It would be very cool to see dynamic splitters. The dynamic damage of having a splitter grind off throughout the race. That'd be cool. EJ O'Rourke out front. And right now, Mark Jorgensen Jr. looking at the inside on Tyler Dalton. Tyler Dalton out front. Corner exit to the 88. Will be able to slide up right behind the 19. The drivers are catching EJ O'Rourke right now. 16 laps complete this time by. EJ O'Rourke really putting a nice dent into what's going on there. A second now the gap as Jorgensen applies a little bit of pressure to Tyler Dalton. Brandon Alphen back to 4. JP Phillips now looking to the back bumper. There's the 18 of Sean Macklin. Bentley Glazer again. But Jeff Ryan, that number 3 car, up 7. Logan Kogar off 6. We'll see Mike Montesi right behind him. The 80 and the 4. Having a decent race so far. But early movement in this racetrack. If you push too hard too early, well, those things do change when it comes to the race line. So very nice to see this 1.5 mile track show up and drive like it's supposed to. Little cloud cover hitting the front straightaway and majority of the racetrack right now. The Alfa Chino trying to hold on to the outside lane. Sean Macklin looking to split it 3 wide here. 34. It's going to give a little bit of room there. Sean will take over that 4 spot. 5 spot. JP Phillips backs up the corner. Starts running a little bit higher into a low line exit. Jorgensen Jr. to the back bumper of Tyler Dalton. Is the WBD Diecast racing car. Looks to go back to the front. And keep your eyes out there as Tommy Ryan and Polston are backing up the corner. Just running. He's just running, right? Just taking it easy, taking his time. I like it. Back to the field. How about we talk about Stephen Miles here for a moment? Our Louisiana native is surrounded by quite a few people here trying to move forward. Here's Justin Fuller. This field jam-packed right now. Almost like a level playing field, right? Alex Bryson just ahead, 83. Some of these drivers off early. Ooh, Randy Yoakum might drop for a moment. Somebody dropped for a second. When Campbell on pit road in the 44 is getting the car worked on still. And that was a lot of damage he took. E.J. O'Rourke running the outside lane as the Atlanta hot lap lane is now under pressure. Sean Macklin trying to work to the back bumper to the 21. J.P. Phillips backing the corner up. Bentley Glazer up there as well. Well, we can look at the strength of field. That's something we can do. SOF for tonight. It's going to be about 3.3K. So this would be one of those, similarly would be a top split race if you were to kind of think of it. Bryson back here off 5 from the start of the race. Still looking at side-by-side racing. Here's the 20 of David Schildhaus. Going to find a way to march forward here. Has the 3 of Jeff Ryan just ahead. The 80 to the outside of Logan Kogar. Jeff Ryan again up 4. Trying to work. Oh, Montesi to the wall just ahead. Able to hold on, but he's good. Top 10 right now for Montesi is Logan Kogar looks to work back forward. The top 3 gap has closed back down. Tyler Dalton and the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. onto the front straightaway have closed the gap down to the 41. 88 should be able to slide here, but I believe Tyler Dalton is going to have a run back down to the back straightaway here. Jorgensen given a lot of room. We talked about it last week, or not last week, the week before, where we were, he runs on a single monitor, so he gives a lot of room to the drivers because he doesn't have that extra FOV the way that triples would be. E.J. O'Rourke, we'll see Tyler Dalton to the inside. Jorgensen Jr. runs a little bit higher here. Far out the pass for Tyler Dalton. Can it be done? Or will it be the same concept that we saw Jorgensen just do? I do believe that would be the same concept that we saw. Very tough to pass if the drivers can't defend. .26 of 110 being completed. Long tap. Now Dalton and Jorgensen going at it. Tyler Dalton up near the wall. Jorgensen high and low out. Dalton up to side draft just a touch. Again, the room that Jorgensen tries to leave here. And runs them as well as he can. And right now the 41 will have the 21 all over his back bumper. Tyler Dalton up on the outside. Jorgensen Jr. trying to make it clear. Jorgensen down. Dalton up. Battle for the lead. Well, that's where it's at. 19. Flirting with the wall up there. 88. Right on the max portion of that seam. Sean Macklin has closed into these front 3 as well. So Sean trying to work into the corner. All of our custom driver cams are out of the way. And since they are, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw you on the commercials or the intro screen real quick. I'm going to fix the driver cam, so bear with me, and I'll be right back. Go watch the GOAT.
Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoatRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GoatRacingDiecast.com.
Because GOAT lives matter. There we go. My cameras are loaded. Ross Cato in 9th. He's alone forward out there inside the top 10. E.J. O'Rourke just behind him, or just ahead of him. Mark Jorgensen Jr. leads in the Chevys. And all right. Let's go. I gotta get the mirrors turned on too. Mirrors are not turned on. Yep. When I said I reinstalled iRacing, I reinstalled iRacing. The only thing I saved were my cameras. I don't even have my setups anymore. Andrew, getting a gifted sub from Budgie. Thank you, dear. Jorgensen Jr., LaShawn Macklin, second part of that lane. Up 10 spots. Try to have that long run race pace. David Schildhouse back to 11th. He started 10th, rolling. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hey, by the way, I want to thank Andrew Davis as well. Gifted $100 to me over here. Thank you very much. Yeah, he did that through the old Cash App icon. It was crazy. Thank you. All right, I'm missing chat. If I'm missing parts of chat, do apologize. Oh, thank you. $123. Didn't it say 155? I'm confused, Budgie. What did it say yesterday? Hold on, I gotta look at the chat log. Budgie's incredible. Everybody needs to just love Budgie forever. You gifted a sub yesterday. Andrew, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you. First sub to Scrubs McGee. Thank you. Thank you for the gifted sub. You're amazing. Thank you, Andrew. Keep killing it. Thank you all very much. You're all legendary. Ever improving. That's all we're trying to do is always improve and always do the best that we can. Let's see. Just paying it forward. Hey, that's right. Pay it forward. Absolutely. That's the best advice you can give anybody, folks. Try to pay it forward. I don't know why. I'm just trying to find anything else, but never mind. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, throw this bad boy out exciting. Ross Kano. Oh, baby. 80 going around. Caution. And the 30 of Brian Macklin. There with it as well. The Jimmy Johnson Foundation, number 80. Oh, jeez, old Pete. Here it is. Oh, Brian was there. Let's back it up. Oh, just a little bit of wall tap there. Running close. 30 there, 80 up, gets into the wall, comes down just a touch. Logan got a little wall tap there. And I tell you what, that was a pretty good save. That's a pretty good save. Favorite clip, Budgie. I gotta turn off you're gonna listen to the GOAT one more time because he's awesome anyway. Make sure you go to GoRacingDiecast.com. Find yourself that as well. Caution presented by Muscarella Motorsports. Go check out Musk and what they've got for sale on their website, Muscarella Enterprises. .com, and then I'll be right back. Listen to the GOAT one more time.
Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GoatRacingDiecast.com.
All right. Had a little bit of flicker in there on my end. And I don't know why. It was weird. It was really weird. But I think we're good. Pretty sure. You know, you try to crank it up, and then next thing you know. So I'm finding that with all the issues that everybody's having with OBS, that I think OBS actually might be the issue. So we'll keep that in mind. We'll continue to keep that in mind as we continue to try to improve. Folks, if you want to know what I run when it comes to this setup, we are to do a 2 PC setup, but I have to run OBS on one and OBS on the other to be able to link OBSs together, as well as I have a 4070 Ti for the broadcast, and I run a 7800 X3D as far as my processor goes. 1,000 watt power supply, water cooled, 64 gigs of RAM, all the bells and whistles that you can get without having to pay $2,000 for a graphics card. And just a little flicker. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you again, Budgie, for the clip. You're amazing. You keep knocking it out of the park. Let's keep rolling. Our CPU, after I updated the BIOS and the chipset, the CPU usage is really low on my computer, so that's what I just want to make sure there's nothing trying to, do the thing. All right, let's do the thing anyway. Let's go green flag racing. One more time. Jorgensen to Macklin. Tommy Ryan back to third. That number one pit box. Massive for him. 40 of 170 laps to go in this one. You don't want to press too hard, right? Too early. But anything can happen. I mean, just anything. So let's crank it up. Yeah. Thank you, Larry, for the like. That's Mr. Breger out there. How are you doing, sir? Justin Fuller to the outside of E.J. O'Rourke. Sean Macklin takes over the lead from the 88. His drivers continue to try to keep it close. David Schildhouse has worked his way up to third now, as he was down. He was back here at 11th for the longest time. So we'll see if any of the drivers that kind of got stopped up on pit road there will be able to find their way forward. 6 spots lost for Tyler Dalton, as he was fast just a while ago. Fuller to the outside for the 19. Drivers stepping up the pace. Stephen Miles, Brian Macklin involved in that last one, but looks to be fine. Not to his own doing, that's for darn sure. Brendan Alfman trying to work his way back to the back bumper to the 99. Tommy Ryan was your pole sitter. Jorgensen Jr. back out front. Sean Macklin trying to hold on. The 20 of David Schildhouse now with a little bit of extra clean air Going to maximize those points, take those points back over. Brandon Alford. Oh, no. We'll see how this one will fare out. 46 of 110. Drivers came in on 37. Going to be a set of tires down and possibly a green flag pit stop still in the works for some of these drivers as they go to work. I'm going to take a hydrate break and grab a cough drop. I'll be right back in just a moment. There's racing. It picks up here in hot Atlanta. Mr. Scott, thank you for the like. I appreciate you very much. Jorgensen Jr., our one of our kids is graduating from high school this week. Reiser, he's my stepson. He's pretty awesome, and he's graduating from high school. So we had a quick update that I had to hear about that from Jess. Jorgensen Jr., Sean Macklin, David Schildhouse is going to be your top three. All separated by about a half second. Brandon Alphen right there in tow. Justin Fuller inside the top five, up 9 spots. How about Brian Macklin up 22? Your hard charger tonight. 59 of 110. Mike Montesi's going to be off 8 from the start of the race, but he has got things working. I want to check in on Rich in 21st. Right there, right behind Kevin Stone. Everybody putting up the energy. Giving us some old rock and roll energy. I like it. Randy Yoakum right here up 16. He's an 18, tail of the field of some of the longest lines running. Alex Bryson just ahead. 60 laps complete, just over halfway. Everybody's doing pretty nicely. You can see the top 3 just ahead. And the field kind of spread out, but a lot of cars still left on the racetrack. Not necessarily anything that you wouldn't see at a traditional NASCAR race. There's Andrew Griesbaum up here up 5. A 39.59 I-rated driver as Doug Roth just behind. Doug Roth in the old STP 43. Ron Holyfield off 1 from the start of the race, trying to keep himself moving forward. Big progression goes everywhere. Brandon Alphen, Justin Fuller, door to door. Fuller not quite clear there, trying to run. Runs a little tight into the corner. As Brandon tries to close back into that outside lane. Fuller's going to be able to be clear here. Tommy Ryan try to outstretch his hand, work his way into that top 5 spot, back to the pole spot where he started. As Brandon Alphen all over the back bumper of Justin Fuller. Bump draft into the tri-oval or the quad-oval area. 99 to the bottom side. Down to the back straightaway. Massive run for all of these drivers. Jorgensen Jr. still quarter second the gap for the 1.5 mile driver. He's got wins in everything at every sort of racetrack out there as this field has really just kind of stood up. Oh, caution's going to come out. Kevin Stone, Jeff Ryan has now a chance to come in, take a breather, and quite possibly be able to tie on some tires and some fuel, be able to make it to the end here. Sean Macklin won week 1. Adam Gilliland won week 2 and 3. David Schildhouse won week 4. Jorgensen Jr. went on a 3-race winning streak to round out 3 wins at Vegas, Homestead, and Rockingham. David Schildhouse picked up a 2nd win of the season back in February at Darlington. Jorgensen Jr. then won 2 in a row at Talladega and Watkins Glen. Indianapolis Motor Speedway came to the way of Justin Fuller. That was on March 19th, and Jorgensen Jr. won 2 more in a row there at Texas and Nashville. Justin Fuller then won again. Jorgensen won at Texas. Nashville was at Justin Fuller. Michigan was Jason Karlovich out there. He won in week 14. Brian Macklin won at Bristol Motor Speedway. Jorgensen Jr. then won again at Daytona International, Kansas Speedway, and Dover here, the playoffs. This is the 3rd race in the chase for the top 16. They have 1 more left. It's going to be Gateway next week. And Schildhouse has had back-to-back wins. The only driver to win 3 in a row in this series is Mark Jorgensen Jr. So Schildhouse trying to do exactly that and win 3 in a row. Most wins on the season comes by the way of 7 for Mark Jorgensen Jr. David Schildhouse does have 4. Pole positions, the most pole positions, I believe, is Schildhouse. He has 4 of them on the season. 3 for Jorgensen Jr., 2 for Sean Macklin, 2 for Brendan Alphen, 2 for Tommy Ryan, 3 today for Tommy Ryan. So he'll be tied for the second most pole positions in the series. And still awesome. David Schildhouse, 9 top 5s, 10 top 10s. Same for the top 3 drivers. They do have a drop week in all of this racing. Bonus points go to the way of Mark Jorgensen Jr. He has 59 bonus points on the season. And still putting up some energy. Doing it justice. Jorgensen, Sean Macklin, all the drivers coming in, doing the thing. Joe Hudson will come to pit road. He's going to... I believe Joe was, I don't know if he was the lucky dog there or if something was happening. Kevin Stone on pit road. We do need to see what happened there because I was waiting for everything to, I was waiting to make sure that when they came to pit road, it didn't blink again. So it seems like it was fine. So let's see. Kevin Stone, when the caution came out, right here. Kevin Stone had the 3 of Jeff Ryan to the outside. Very tough to pass on this racetrack. We've seen it all race long. Very tough to clear on the outside lane. 3 comes down, runs there. Both drivers throttle back up. Out of the corner. Kevin Stone gets a little free, but comes up the racetrack, and then Jeff Ryan trying to do the thing, and then Kevin Stone takes a lot of left rear damage right there, and then just the car won't turn left. So he'll get it fixed, and we'll do the thing, and we'll go back to green. How about we do it? Let's do that dang old thing. Green again. Thank you for the clip, Budgie. Justin Fuller immediately to the outside. Jorgensen Jr. down the back straightaway. These drivers already trying to make it happen. David Schildhouse to the bottom. Macklin. Oh, big bump, big wiggle out of the 20 there. 88 up on the outside. 20 a little bit free there. See the 18 side by side onto the front straightaway. Jorgensen Jr. backing up the corner. Drops into the bottom side of the racetrack. Trying to utilize the clean air and continue to try to lead this race. Fuller trying to close back in. We'll see the 36 of Bentley Glazer there. Tommy Ryan on the bottom. Brian Macklin up 22, continuing to press on. Brian Macklin trying to continue to have the points necessary to make the final 8. Right now tied with Sean. But John, I tell you what, Jorgensen Jr., 31.23, fastest lap of the race. Atlanta runs a little bit slower when it comes to lap times on this simulator. But everybody's having a good dang old time. And so far, so good. Let's go back through the field, see what's happening with Tyler Dalton, who led early. Now just outside the top 10 is Brandon Alpha, the Al Pacino, trying to do the same dang old thing. Ross Cato's off 3 from the start of the race. He has found his way back up inside the top 10 after spending some time outside of the top 10. Back to 9th. Stephen Miles up 4. Opportunity knocking for all of the drivers as every position matters. Right now, little tap for Jason Karlovich, Alex Bryson on the inside. 38 of Chad Coleman, up 5. Pushing forward down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Fuller, 10 spots gains. He's The 30 backing up the corner. 73 of 110. 37 laps to go. This next time by. Been a good race. It's been a good time. It's been a good season. This season's really just kind of taking the Xfinity series on Wednesday nights by storm. So, talk about 31 drivers even at the end of this season. It's pretty amazing. Jorgensen has got to just manage. Again, I talk about pressing too hard too soon. It looks like these top three still trying to back up their corner. That's one of the things I'm seeing Justin Fuller do. As the 30 of Brian Macklin looks to try to push on. Sees a little bit of clean air out of the back straightaway, trying to keep it close to Justin Fuller. Fuller to Macklin. The NASCAR board stop is so amazing. SIM500.com. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you also get out there and support the GOAT himself, Mr. Charles Van Skoyka, what he's got going on. He's a busy man. And I encourage you to go take a look at what he's got going on. SIM500.com. Right back.
Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoatRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GoatRacingDiecast.com.
That was almost a perfect timing for the dang old commercials to be the commercials. We appreciate the GOAT and all that he has going on. Caution comes out. Bobby Wetzel, Doug Roth having an issue. Oh, Bobby gets into the back bumper of Jeff Ryan right there. And Bobby gets it. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's see what happened. Yep. Doug has a big run to the back bumper of Jeff Ryan right there. And you watch the undertaking that's going to happen. Big bump. And then boom, into the Bobby Wetzel. And that left front destroyed. Unfortunate circumstances. We got about half the field coming to pit road. So 36 of Bentley Glazer on pit road. Caution back out for the fourth time. David Schildhouse will be your race leader. Justin Fuller, Tommy Ryan. We ran, let's see, about 16 laps on the tires right now because it came in on 65. So we'll see Jorgensen Jr. take a pit stop and leave pit road. Griesbaum, he'll start behind Griesbaum here. Sean Macklin, Brian Macklin, Bentley Glazer, Brandon Alphen, Stephen Miles, Nelson Rivera coming off pit road. This is a strategy call. It's quite unique. So David Schildhouse, he's your leader. 9 spots gained. Justin Fuller up 12. Tommy Ryan off 2 from the start. JP Phillips, Ross Cato, Karlovich, Chad Coleman. You know, I mean, with the amount of racing that's still left, it'll be about 25 laps. We're going to see, we'll see some exciting things. How sweet it is to be loved by you. All right, hey, it's the babe out there. What's going on, baby? The legendary Dilligaff. AKA the Ballistic White Sock. Yep. Just made me laugh so hard about an hour and a half ago that I had to go to the convenience store prior to this. It made me laugh so hard that I was driving. I stopped at the first stop sign outside of a neighborhood, took the left-hand turn, drove up to the second stop sign, went through that one, stopped at the third stop sign to take a right-hand turn, and I giggled. And it was hilarious. I can't share it, but now it makes me go. It's on my mind now. That's what this woman does to me. That's why I love her. Oh, a little loose, little goose. Little 3 and 4 wide. Oh, baby, the 18 going around. Ron Holyfield, Sean Macklin, Bentley Glazer. No caution. That was on the start of the race. It stacked up worse than, well, oh no. Here's what happened. It stacked up right in the middle. You don't want to get a black flag, so there's Brian Macklin. They roll off. Inside field stacks up. And then, oh, Brian into the 18. Oh no, the Macklins. They gonna duke it out. No, they're not gonna duke it. They'll be fine. Justin Fuller, your race leader. He made the pass on the 20. That was your restart. Now this is where it's going to be. Both these drivers kind of got free on the start of this race. Brendan Alfman trying to work his way forward. He's the first driver with a little bit newer tire. How about Brian Macklin up on the outside lane? Jorgensen Jr. trying to clear the drivers. And right now they're 3 wide just ahead. 8 of Randy Yoakum. Trying to hold on to the lane. 88 to the bottom side. Brian Macklin drives down all the way to the bottom. Corner out. Brian Macklin's going to get in. Oh, man. Jorgensen and Macklin. Tangle here is the 30. Keeps it straight. Keeps it rolling. He tried to cross over. And Jorgensen was down there. Justin Fuller still rolling. Jorgensen Jr. back to 20th now after that contact. Montezi trying to make it happen. 4 spots gained. How about Randy Yoakum trying to work forward? Brandon Alpha, the Alfa Chino. Newest tires in the field behind Chad Coleman. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack, here comes Stephen Miles. 25 laps are going to be 24 this time by Justin Fuller. Still leads over Schildhouse, JP Phillips. Tommy Ryan in 4th, Ross Cato in 5th. Brandon Alford, Stephen Miles. How about Cato? Cato sees the 34, actually. Stephen Miles in and company. There's Brandon Alford on the inside, 3 wide here as the 24 searches to the outside lane. New tires trying to make it happen. 24 gets a big run on the 20 of Schildhouse. Up and out, 20, nowhere to go, 21 there. 24 on the outside. Jorgensen Jr. trying to travel back forward as well. The newer tire doing well. Nelson Rivera, Joe Hudson inside the top 10 as well. Stephen Miles to the lead, surges as Brandon Alford will be 3 wide with a 20 trying to soak it back up. Made me giggle. And that's saying something. Stephen Miles, Brandon Alford, 1-2 right now. Keep your eye on the prize. Here comes Nelson Rivera to the bottom. Nelson Rivera, the 22, sees the 99 to the outside. Leskowski Virtual Racing, giving us a like on Facebook. We are rolling, rolling, rolling. This is the racing. Different tire strats, different ways. Inside the top 10, Jorgensen trying to push his way forward again. 21 laps to go. Stephen Miles with a half-second lead over Brandon Alford. Track position is key, but a lot of drivers came in. And we'll see if this will be the way to hold on to it. 22 to the inside of the 20. Jorgensen Jr. surges forward. How about the 49 of Joe Hudson? Hudson driving a Wins Kmart racing machine. Little throwback homage. 88 to the inside of the 49. 22 of Rivera holding on. 88 in the middle part of that lane. 3 wide as Joe Hudson trying to clear out. Justin Fuller. We'll see a lot of room. Hudson gives a lot of room. 88 and the 5.5 inside the top 5. And right now, the 80-lap fresher tires surging forward as Mark Jorgensen Jr. surges back toward the front. Next driver that has newer tires is going to be the 18 of Sean Macklin. He's been able to get through the field here a little bit. Justin Fuller keeping the pace. Points difference here starting to stagger a little bit. Stephen Miles still holding on as Brandon Alford trying to surge forward. How about that 2.4 second gap right now? 49 to the 22. 88 trying to move and march forward. Stephen Miles, Brandon Alford, Joe Hudson, Nelson Rivera, and Jorgensen Jr. inside the top 5. Fuller holding on. He's got that. He's got the lead of all the pack right there. That is on a little bit older tire. Only 15, 16 lap older tires. That's pretty. That's not that. I mean, it doesn't seem like that much, but apparently it is. That's a lot. Sean Macklin has worked his way to 12th. 17 laps to go. The lap time's about a half-second difference between the fresher tires and the older tires. Jorgensen Jr. a tenth at a time, trying to whittle away at the lead that Stephen Miles has here. This would definitely shake up some of the playoff repercussions here, and that's good. That's what you want to see. Brandon Alford keeping it close. Stephen Miles up 15. Joe Hudson up 23. Trying to work his way forward. How about that old 4-9 there? What you don't know, that was my number in football. Played tight end. Stephen Miles, a little bit of clean air, trying to control his own destiny here. Brandon Alford just behind. A good day so far, 2 1/4. The gap back to Jorgensen, 15 laps to go. And through the field, J.P. Phillips. There's Chad Coleman just behind. I was checking on Sean Macklin just behind him. There's the 78 up high. 78's a lap down. Barry Stevens. is the first driver a lap down. Would love to see a lucky dog at this particular spot in his career. Brian Macklin came in on 80 as well. He's got a little bit of time there. Jeff Ryan, he got his car worked on last on 80. Bentley Glazer in on an 80 as well. Doug Sigmund, press it on. He came in on 80. 81 for Brian Workman, the 74. Up 10 spots still. 23rd for him right now is the 83 and the 11. Trying to clear a little bit of traffic here. Sean Macklin now inside the top 10. Big blink for the 34 there, J.P. Phillips. That was just on my end, so hopefully he is good to go. 2 1/3. The gap for the top 2. 13 laps to go. 24 trying to work the outside lane. Can he hold on to it down the back straightaway? 21. The more they run side by side, the better it is for Jorgensen. But out of the corner, it doesn't look like much, but that they could drag each other down the racetrack if they were side by side. But the 24 doing what he can here. 1 and 2 decently for him to be able to defend. 3 and 4. That's where Alphen closes. And they're racing, just pick it up. That's where they're picking up, where they're laying down. 21, bottom side, trying to edge. 24 down the back. That's the back straightaway right there. 21 gets a run back to the back bumper. The 24 able to keep it close. I do believe Brandon is able to keep it there. But Steven is just trying to do what he can to keep him at bay right now. I think Brandon's going to be looking at turn 1 here. 24 able to back out of the throttle, get back into the throttle. Montezi Griesbaum having an issue. Into the grass they go. 37 back up and running. Mike Montezi on the bottom side of the racetrack will leave pit road. Stephen Miles, Brandon Alphen coming around. Jorgensen Jr., 2.3. Here's what happened to Montezi and Andrew Griesbaum. 4 into the wall, down on the 37. He got a bump from behind, though. And I wonder if that was just coming out of the corner. Montezi on the bottom side. 80 was coming out of the corner. 4 sliding up here. 80 with a run. Oh, lifts for the 4, but it upsets the throttle. 4 got tight. 37 going around with no caution there. Stephen Miles, Brandon Alphen, 9 laps to go. Stephen Miles up onto the back straightaway. Jorgensen Jr. with 9 laps to go, trying to close it back down. Joe Hudson, very close 4th. As Nelson Rivera wraps the time around, 33.29. Justin Fuller managing the tires, still inside the top, looking for a top 5 here. But Sean Macklin has worked his way to 9th. And he's going to be able to try to hold on here. Bobby Wetzel leaving pit lane. He's going to be able to get out there and get a lap or 10 down. Tyler Dalton, Ross Cato having a battle here side by side. 12 up near the wall. 41 of E.J. O'Rourke just behind him. The 19 pressing on. Ron Holyfield has made it up to 18th here from the back of the field to the 11th spot. The 80 of Logan Kogar. We'll see Bentley Glazer working as well. Stephen Miles, 0.3 of a second now. Jorgensen Jr. starting to inch backwards, or inch these guys backwards. But I think it's just the battle these two have had as a little bit of that clean air is going to be able to hold on. There's Montezi trying to stay on the lead lap just ahead after that contact that just happened. Able to go through the grass and manage it. Hopefully he does not have a black flag here as the 24 will look to make the run. Half second the gap for Al Pacino. Brandon Alphen, Mark Jorgensen Jr. Joe Hudson is keeping it close, keeping it honest on Jorgie. 0.6 of a second lead for Stephen Miles. I do believe Mr. Montesi will have to come to pit road. I believe he has a penalty. 5 laps to go for Stephen Miles. Brandon Alphin maybe trying to have a charge here. The 88, the 49. Oh, Logan Kogar having an off track. Kogar on the 80 on the bottom side, coming to pit road as well. I don't know if he hit the wall. The 80, the 78, he gets sideways into the corner. That's Logan Kogar in the 78. Barry Stevens trying to get back on the lead lap. 80 comes up, gets into the 78. Again, down on the bottom side of the racetrack. That's an iRacing controlled event. And he gets loose. Oh, and then into the 04 of Doug Sigmund. Coming back up the racetrack. About 3 laps to go. And the late race drama still holding on. Jorgensen Jr. On the bottom out of 3 and 4. 2.5 back from Stephen Miles. Brandon Alphin a second back now. Joe Hudson 2 3/4. Trying to close back in for a top 3. David Schildhaus is back to 9th. Sean Macklin has gained another spot here. Justin Fuller down the back straightaway. Tommy Ryan just behind him. Sean Macklin trying to get 1 or 2 more spots here. Going to maximize those points. Stephen Miles will make it 2 laps to go. The Penguin, how you doing, sir? It's only a little nuts. Stephen Miles, 1.4, 1.5. Stephen Miles on a tire strat. Wants to get around this corner, and he wants to see it. He will. White flag waves, final lap. Stephen Miles to Brandon Alphin. Alphin holding on to everything he has. Jorgensen Jr. backing up the corner. Trying to hold off a hard charge in Joe Hudson here. The back straightaway is the top 4. How about Nelson Rivera having a phenomenal day? But Stephen Miles at a 3 and 4. Maximizing. He's going to win it here at Atlanta. Brandon Alphin, Mark Jorgensen Jr., Joe Hudson, Nelson Rivera will be your top 5. Stephen Miles gets to celebrate. Oh, man, you love your new job? Good deal. You got told your onboarding is going super fast. You said you enjoy learning things, so I pushed to learn more than most. That's awesome. Keep pushing. Keep doing it. Thank you for the clip. Again, just finished your race, a 125 at Michigan. You know, RCing? Nice. Open well. This was awesome. That is awesome. I like it, Penguin. Race results in the playoffs here for the GOAT Racing Diecast Xfinity Series presented by SIM500. Stephen Miles, Brandon Alphin, and Mark Jorgensen Jr. Your top 3 tonight. Joe Hudson, Nelson Rivera, your top 5. Justin Fuller, Tommy Ryan, Sean Macklin, David Schildhaus, and Chad Coleman are going to be your top 10. 4 nights a week. Nice. Tyler Dalton, EJ O'Rourke, Jason Karlovich, JP Phillips, Ross Cato, your top 15. That'll be Bentley Glazer, Randy Yoakum, Ron Holyfield, your top 18. And down the race results we go. Bryson Swavely, Wertman, Brian Macklin, Griesbaum, Jeff Ryan, Barry Stevens, Logan Kogar, Doug Sigmund, Mike Montesi through 28th, and then Bobby, Doug, Kevin England, and then Kevin Stone in 31st, 32nd. Glenn Campbell, Robert Fryer in the third. Eric Arnold not out there doing a thing. How about this race, folks? It was pretty insane. Thought it was a good dang old race. Thought it was a little insane, but it was a good dang old race. And this guy gets the big old dub here at the old hot Atlanta, and it showed up in droves. There was a lot of things happening on the racetrack. Did it make you nervous at all? Because you came in, you took that a set of tires, and I thought a lot more people would come in when they saw how many people came in, but able to do it, man. Got through the traffic a little bit cleaner than everybody else, and you come up with a win.
That's how you upset. How you cause an upset, man. Never even felt clean there the whole race. Never even got inside the top 5 or 7. Was trying to stick to the process and ride the bottom and see if I could save tires and make a run on a long run. And they did something to this car track, man. It's harder to pass, and man, I swear it was a nail biter right there, racing with my teammate Alvin.
I was gonna say I was watching the racetrack, and it drove more similar. I don't know. The lap time seems slower.
Yeah, it was tighter, man. Usually it'd be burning the right rear, so I guess that's what it was. The right front just burnt off, so it's really slower than usual, and makes it very hard to pass the car if they're on your outside, especially even if you're faster than them. And yeah, right there at the end, man, I thought I made the wrong move, and I came in, got tires with Alvin and those guys, and man, I knew I want every time somebody was wrecking, my teammate was telling me about it, and I thought we was gonna be out of the water like that. And man, I just thank God I was able to get this win. It's something that I needed in the playoffs after having a couple of bad weeks, and hopefully it gives us some momentum.
That was something I was looking at. We had some fast drivers. I didn't think Jorge was gonna come to pit road, but when he came to pit road, and I started seeing about half the field come to pit road. And what I thought was half the field, it was literally 5 of you inside all 5 of you inside the top 5, and then Sean was in there as well. Like there was about 10 of you that came to pit road, minus any lap down cars. There was. It's a strategy that can play off, but it also can be detrimental because if new tires fire off really well at this track, but old hot Atlanta, as I call it, it has a tendency to eat the tire more than the newer Atlanta, the super speedway version. And tonight, I know that showed up because lap times are about 2 seconds off the pace toward the end. What does that that still shows up? It's just. It seemed like the car weighed 1,000 more pounds than what it was.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it was, but as soon as I hopped in practice, I was like, "Oh, this is not how it usually supposed to go in Atlanta." The wheel was a little bit too far to the left, and I can't even explain all the stuff that I was going through today. It was tight, man. It was hard racing. It makes you really have to be easy with that throttle and have a drive these soapboxes, man. When you race all these vehicles, this is probably one of the hardest ones because you have to be real patient and diligent with the throttle. And right there, man, I just made the right call to get the win. I don't think we could have won without that call. And if a caution came out, we wouldn't have won. So man, I just appreciate everybody, man.
The virtual crew chief and the virtual pit crew is as some people who out here love to RP the iRacing thing. That's what they would say. When hats off to them, because you got to put yourself in position to win, right? I think that's one of the things that I say the most to drivers out there. We're like, I don't know how I'm going to get success. You have to put yourself in position to win, right? You came to pit road when 2/3 of the rest of the field didn't. And you restarted back or up far enough to be able to put yourself in contention. And I think that right there is where the race was won, is putting yourself in position to win to do that.
Yeah, man, it was just like last week. Just knew I had a good top 7, but wanted to get a win to get those extra 5 points. So I tried to make it on fuel, and I felt like I was reaching and it hurt me. So right there when I made a pit stop and one of my teammates stayed out, I felt like I could have been restarted fifth. I felt like I saved my tires. It was only 13, 14 laps on there. It wasn't that much wear. But once that green flag took off, man, you could see the difference like
Oh
night
yeah.
and day. And I felt good. And then I seen out for my teammate and I took him 3 wide because I wanted to get in front of him. I didn't want to get in that dirty air. And then I could just hear my teammate, they're wrecking like every other lap, man. I'm just praying that I could just get to the white flag, man. And I was able to do that, man.
They were wrecking, but they were wrecking on portions of the racetrack where there was either grass or the big giant infield, the big giant concrete pavement on the back straightaway. I was shocked a couple of them didn't turn into cautions, but hey, that's be the iRacing simulator. We love it sometimes, and we hate it sometimes. And it's a good love-hate relationship because it makes racing that much more interesting. 15 spots gained, and you're the winner tonight, Steven. Congratulations. Now I got to take a look at the points because I said it was going to shake up the points, and yeah, it's got to do that, which is absolutely awesome. I'm pretty happy about it. Atlanta, that makes you 8th in the point standings right now.
Ooh. And that's where I gotta be at. So we're gonna have to go to Gateway and survive all the corners that's gonna happen there. I think it's gonna be a good amount of cautions. And I just told my teammates, I was like, man, I knew we all had to get good finishes today because that race next week you don't know who's gonna be the favorite. So just gonna have to go to the drawing board, go practice, and hopefully it won't be no curveballs like it was today.
And if it's a curveball, you need to go and knock it out of the park. Steven, give you shout outs, man. A victory here tonight and marching your way forward.
Man, shout out to you, man. Signature eSports. You do an awesome job. You watching all your broadcasts with other leagues and everything. It's very entertaining. Shout out to the viewers for tuning in, the admins for running this race. It had a little bit more cautions than I expected, but it kind of worked in our favor, so I can't complain. Shout out my teammates, Alvin and Bryson, my mom, my dad, my girl, and most of all, man, Jesus Christ for letting us be able to get in these rigs and wreck some stuff without having to pay the cost. And that'll be it, man. Thank you again.
It is my pleasure, sir. It was an absolute gem to watch. I like the late race strategy calls. You know, I like fuel strategy. I like can we duke it out? Let's put the gloves on. Let's go at it. That kind of thing. That's what I like about racing. And you guys delivered today, man. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
That is Stephen Miles coming home in victory lane, and he made the right call. He and his teammate, likewise, the Alpha Chino, Mr. Brandon Elfin, coming. I love saying your name. It's just so.
That's what I need. I need a trademark it, don't I?
That's right. You know, I'm the Alpha Chino, not to be confused with the Cappuccino, folks, or Al Pacino. It's not what he's saying. Brother, you and your teammate came to pit road. You leave. Bryson stays out, and ultimately the call to be 1 and 2. You're battling all race long, qualified 7th, and led some laps. Just able to contend up there. Tires kind of fell off, and you know, just racing happens, right? And then all of a sudden the call is to come to pit road with 30 laps to go. First and foremost, what made you make the call, and then. What a heck of a battle. Walk me through it.
So I really wasn't sure what to do. I mean, I feel like you do iRacing enough, you always get stuck on one side or the other. And then, you know, because I knew if it went green, the people that pitted, they're probably going to have pretty good finishes. You know, so I saw what really the deciding factor was I saw Mark Jorgensen go down pit road, and I said, well, he's won about half the races in the league, so I'm going to follow what he does. And so that's really kind of where that decision came from and stuff. And it just was lucky it worked out. I know it's always kind of tricky, especially at a track like Atlanta, where it's just you're so much slower on older tires. And you know, I thought we were going to have a caution maybe 10, 15 laps in, or even at the restart. I know it kind of got a little hairy, but, you know, was just fortunate enough to be able to kind of get through that and just get through traffic and get up and have a good finish. And then, you know, Steven, he he was able to get around and get through traffic a whole lot better than I was. And so, he did a good job, got through the field, and, we had some good finishes.
I think that's one of the things too. You did what Jorgie did, and then next thing you know, you're finishing ahead of him by a second, almost a second. So tires, it was like a button hit, right? The tires just clicked off for you. You're right there with Steven managing, and then I thought, it's good. We're gonna these guys are running almost the same exact line, and then all of a sudden it was like a light switch, and the car went, I'm gonna go backwards a little bit.
Yeah, it just wasn't turning in the middle of the corners. 3 and 4, it was okay, but it just seemed like 1 and 2, I kind of couldn't figure it out. And that's why I was running kind of the middle, the bottom there, even there towards the end. It just felt like I got so tight too, even whenever I tried to get behind Steven, and it just wouldn't turn on me. And I thought I was doing a good job of saving tires. And, once we kind of got through the field and I caught him, I thought I'd just ride behind him and try to save, but he did a better job of that. And, well, excuse me, got the hiccups going on right now, but he did a better job of that. And so, I think back of it, what I could have done better, maybe I could have tried to pass him in the beginning and then make him pass me on the inside, because Atlanta's just such a tough track that once the tires wear, it's pretty tough to make a pass if you're able to run that high side. So, again, gave it all we had. And then I think, what is it, Daytona next week we're going to? I haven't even looked at the schedule. Or is it a plate track, or am I crazy?
It's Worldwide Technology.
Oh, that's even worse.
We're going to Gateway. You got to survive.
Yeah. So, and that's probably one of my worst tracks right there. So hopefully with a good finish and stuff, I was able to give myself somewhat of a buffer. Like I said, Gateway, I'm not a huge fan of that track for some reason. It just don't fit my driving style. So hopefully we could kind of maybe luck into a good finish there and stuff. But it was a good run tonight, and then a good job by Steve. And like I said, getting through the traffic and getting out front first, and then holding me off. So it was a lot of fun. Old Atlanta is always a fun track to run, because you can just run so many, you bottom, top, that kind of stuff. So it's always fun running here.
It's a blast. I love the track in pretty much everything. It's the iconic racetrack that we'll forever remember. And actually, I was explaining that the difference in the Atlanta Motor Speedway to Atlanta Super Speedway that it is now. But Atlanta is starting to become old Atlanta over time. So I'm hoping to see some updates on the track to maybe get some of that racing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it was maybe it was Junior talking about it on his podcast. But yeah, it's definitely, like you said, starting to get some characteristics. I think they've ran there 3 years now.
Yeah.
2 races each year, I think. So yeah, it's fun, man. Like I said, it's it's a driver's track, and just kind of like being able to just figure out what line you need to run, and just all the bumps and everything that comes with it too. So like I said, it was a good run, a lot of fun, and again, congrats to Steven on winning tonight.
You are 6th in the point standings. You bump up 2 spots. What separates you from the cutoff line is,
I believe it's 8. I think is what it. I think the top 8 make
so
it.
it's only 10 points from you to 8th, which is Steven, and then 3 more points from there. So 13 points separate you and the cutoff line. So that's your goal.
That's what 13 points. I don't know. I'm telling you, man, that's what Gateway. I'm not a big fan of it.
Got to finish inside the top 13 to almost solidify yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think I might be able to make that happen. Maybe it's just I don't know. For whatever reason, like I said, Gateway, I've never been able to figure it out, and definitely don't run whenever it's run during officials. I definitely am taking a break from that on iRacing. So that's how much I hate it. So
I run Gateway in the trucks. I like Gateway in the trucks because that and Darlington, opposite styles of track. One's flatter than the other. One has more banking, of course.
Right.
Gateway's the more flatter of the two, so you're more out of the corner than you are You're more out of the throttle than what you think you should be, and that's the thing about Gateway. Saving tires is going to be huge, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll just have to put a lot of laps in testing. Maybe I'll get into a couple test sessions and stuff and see if we're ready to go next week and that kind of thing. So I could be a one-hit wonder. I might be able to put down a fast lap, but on the long run, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not anything too crazy there. So we'll just have to get to next week and then see what happens.
That's the way playoffs go, especially the chase format. All right, brother, give a shout out. Just get a big old dub, or not dub. A dub as the team, but a P2 finish tonight. I was looking at Steven's stats here because he gained 4 spots, most gained on any driver in the season standings this week, and I was like, oh, that's a dub. And then I was looking at Steven's name, and I was like, no, it's not. It's Brandon. P2 tonight, sir. Sorry, I had to explain myself because I hate messing up, but I love to make a fool of myself every once in a while.
That's what we all do, don't we? So that ain't no biggie, right? But no, just I give a shout out to you. I always appreciate taking your time out doing these broadcasts, man. It's always fun to go back and watch the race, and then give a shout out to the teammates as well. Shout out to Steven for the win tonight. He was right there, and shout out Bryson as well too, and then shout out to everybody in the league, man. I always enjoy coming to racing on Wednesday. I feel like there's a lot of respect in here. Again, I'm a first timer, or this is my first season running this league, so it's always nice racing. It makes the experience of iRacing a whole lot more enjoyable. So I definitely appreciate that. So look forward to going to Gateway next week. See what we can do.
It's gonna be a blast, Brandon. We'll see you. And if not, we'll hopefully the luck goes in the positive direction. And the same thing I told Steven, this is the opportunity now, right? That maybe something happens next week and you guys get the chance to make a strategy call again.
Hey, I know you never know what could happen. So I'm probably going to get some sage and sage down my rig. So that's the way I can bring all the good luck I need. So we'll see what we can do.
I like it. Talk to my wife. She's got it. All right. Al Pacino comes home P2 tonight and does a phenomenal job. We love it. That's Brendan. Last but not least, P3 taking back over the points for the point standings here in the chase.
Oh, really? Wow, that's
Mark Jorgensen Jr. Taking everybody came pit road because you came pit road. You couldn't sneak on by yourself, couldn't you?
I'm not gonna lie, man. When I saw a lot of them sons of bitches fucking stay out, I was like, dude, what did I do here? And I'm just glad that guys kept it somewhat straight. I mean, that restart, there should have been a caution when Sean went around, right? And it wasn't. And then the situation with me and Brian, that should have been another caution, and it wasn't. And then there's been 2 or 3 other opportunities for a caution, and it did not happen. So, I mean, I'll take this 3rd place. I mean, I was up front all night long, so it's not like I got me a Mickey Mouse top 3 by any means. I mean, I was driving the piss out of this car trying to keep Sean behind me. And man, I mean, in all honesty, I really wish the last caution did not come out, man. I really thought it was going to be a battle between me and Sean. I mean, we both were just destroying our tires, man. And, you had to hit your marks, hit your line. I mean, I did not feel good through 1 and 2, none whatsoever. And I felt like that's where he was beating me. And then 3 and 4, either getting a big arc and going to the bottom or just staying in the middle. I felt like I was way better than everybody else tonight in 3 and 4. Hey, the caution happened. I decided to come down and put tires on. And at that point, you're just praying that it stays green because, if a caution comes out, everybody else is going to pit and then you're just going to go to the back. And I was talking to Steven there just before you brought me up. And I was like, man, I was just praying, Steven, like, man, get to that white flag as quick as you freaking can, man. That way we can go ahead and lock this up. But good job for him, man. I mean, he started the playoffs in a very tough spot, had a bad race. And for him to come back and win this race, I don't know where that puts him in the points. I mean, I really do hope he gets to advance to the next round. Cause I mean, he is a fast guy. He is smart, but man, I tell you what, I don't know what the deal was with this car tonight. Usually the car builds loose and you're driving off the right rear, but it just stayed tight, constantly tight.
Yep.
Usually I run 14-to-1 steering ratio with the B cars, and when I was practicing, it's like, man, dude, I just feel like I got a ton of wheel in this thing to get through the corner. So I ended up running 12-to-1, and I felt way better. And I do think that was the right call because, like I said, I was able to keep everybody at bay there, lap after lap after lap. But man, I don't know, man. I was looking forward to this race, to be honest with you, but I just wish it drove a little bit different.
Well, I was talking about lap times in this car, right? On this racetrack, and normally we're seeing sub 29s, right?
Mhm.
And then they fall off to about 33 seconds. The fall off was accurate, but so we had, I think the fastest lap of the race was 30. Let me look again.
It was me. I ran a 0.2, 30.
31.222 was Sean Macklin fastest lap of the race. You ran
really?
You
Okay.
ran a 2:31.
Oh man.
And what I'll say is the car just looked slower today. And I mean, it's just whatever the build is, whatever the tire model is, whatever's going on with the racetrack. I mean, this version of Atlanta is not getting any more support, but it is getting the tire updates the same as every other track is. And I think maybe the tire model for the track is maybe just slowed down, and also the track temperature was very cool for Atlanta as well.
Yeah, and I saw that, man. We was just barely over 100 degrees, right? And there was a one point during the race, like, I mean, the whole track was in shade. It's like, oh man, are the lights about to come on? What's the deal? But hopefully the admins get together next time we race at this track. Doesn't matter what car. I mean, hopefully they get this thing hot as they can possibly get it. Hurricane force winds. Try to do something to make it drive looser. I guarantee you that everybody tonight was actually looking forward to this race because everybody knows that old Atlanta, you got to save the tires. You're driving off the right rear. Got to be easy on that gas pedal. And it was nothing like that, man. This thing was gripped up tight. It was a plow box. I guarantee you a damn Mack dump truck probably drove a lot better than what we had tonight. But anyways, it was a equal playing field for everybody. Everybody had to adapt to it. Some guys did better than others. And it just is what it is, man. I mean, I love this car. I wish I can go out there and just, win all these races, but to see other guys up there battling and whatnot. And, it's always pretty cool to see new faces at the front. Brandon got, I mean, I wish I had maybe about 3 or 4, maybe 5 laps long of a race. I could have easily got Brandon, but, no, me and Brian had a little dust up off of 2 there, a couple laps after the restart, and that put me behind the 8 ball. So after that, man, now I'm playing catch up. I had like a 2-second deficit to them guys, and when you're that far back, you start over driving, and then Steven ended up stretching his lead out a little bit further. But I'll get with Brian. We'll talk about it. I mean, I know me and him got together. I'm sure he's going to point the finger at me. I'm going to point the finger at him, but in the end, I mean, we're all on new tires. I mean, at that point, we just got to take it easy and be careful around each other. And I just felt like, I don't know. I just wish things would have went a little bit differently. My plan was to follow Brandon, because, I think he ended up getting by me on the restart. So I was just going to follow him through the pack until we got up there to the front, and then, have us battle it out. But, it never came to fruition. And, hey, that's fine. Everybody's got their own agenda on how they want to go about doing things and whatnot. But, sometimes we just got to use our heads a little bit. I mean, I was already on the white line. I mean, at some point, I do got to track out, but I got this single monitor, and I just felt, with how Brian entered turn 1 up against the wall, he made an arc, and then he turned left, got up underneath Randy. And then, I don't know who was driving the yellow car or whatever, but he started getting early and whatnot. And I just felt like Brian was right on my door. And like I said, I just think that, maybe we should have just backed out a little bit, let somebody go, just kind of be a little bit smarter in that situation. I mean, you just can't, just because you come up on a slow car because you got tires, I mean, you just can't turn the wheel like that. And, you got to be a little bit smarter. But like I said, we'll talk to them and try to figure it out. I like both the Macklins, and I know we've had our run-ins, this, that, and the other. It's just part of it. I damn sure don't like getting into anybody. I wouldn't want anybody to get into me, but a little bit of patience could have gone a long ways. We could have been up there. I mean, Brian would have been up there also. I mean, I felt like, it could have been a 4-way battle for the lead, possibly 5 guys battling it out for the lead, but hey, it is what it is. We'll stack up next week. Where do we go at next week? Gateway,
sure. Gateway.
Man, I tell they just need to go ahead and just blow that track up or whatever. But I don't know what to expect from Gateway.
Hey, I live near there.
Yeah. I mean, they can just go ahead and just do away with it and whatnot. I don't know, man. I like tracks where you got to use a lot of brake, but that track you got to use a lot of brake, and just hard to be on that save tire mentality when everybody else is going balls to the wall, right? It's just really, really tough. But
right.
We'll put some laps in. We'll be ready. Hopefully we have us a fast. Oh yeah, there it is right there. But we'll have us a fast piece and see what happens.
It'll be good. Rich said that he was having trouble with the right rear. Steven said the same thing. I'm sure half the field will probably agree with the way the car drove. Real quick, we'll go over what happened with this. I mean, it's a chance to look at it. Of course, speed of this one. Fast forward just a touch as we get in the corner. So he's already made the pass on you. You're running somewhere around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16th right here, 17th maybe. He's trying to roll the bottom, get to that second lane. You're committed bottom here, 3 wide to push on the outside. You got Randy Yoakum. He's going to clear Randy Yoakum very quickly here and then search for that hole that he sees on the 83. So he's continuing to still come down the racetrack. And so you have to exit here somewhere. So, he and the net code as well. The 83 got some net code out of that. He, in my opinion, and I like both Macklins, and Brian had a fast car today. He at one point 22 spots, was running inside the top 5, doing a banger of a job.
Look at it, man. Get gassed up, and boy, he got way out there, and I couldn't do nothing with him. But I mean, look, right? We got to get all we can right on new tires. But I mean, with how much fall off was, I mean, like I said, I mean, I felt like I said, man, racing on this single monitor, I feel like I'm at a deficit to begin with. But with what was taking place in front of me, I knew that Brown was at my door at some point on the exit, and I gassed it up to try to get the thing to kick sideways, and then I ended up lifting. I mean, I was actually dragging the brake at that point to try to wrap the bottom a lot better. I mean, at some point, I got to come up off the white line. It's not like I just plowed all the way up to the lane that he was in and whatnot, right?
I think in that instance, it's everybody going for it, right? And it just became and I'm not no ill will on anybody,
right?
And that's where I think when I was talking about that before, he had such a huge run. It's easy to pay, especially when you have brand new tires, 15 laps and the 15 lap newer tires, and they took off really well against the other drivers. So we're talking a lap or 2 in, and they're warm. They've got texture. You can grip everywhere for a couple of laps. So I get the run. It would have been easier to make the pass, I think, later. But, that's racing is racing.
I mean, right. And exactly right. But, the thing is, though, is, I hate getting into anybody, whether it's my fault or not, because, I mean, we all look forward to racing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Brian's one of the fast guys. And, I mean, he had every right to get him a top 5 finish tonight also. And like I said, it just wasn't meant to be. And I just feel bad that, because of our cars got together, that he got the short end of the stick right there. But like I said, I'll get with him, and we'll put it behind us. Like I said, I love racing those guys. I race them guys with the utmost respect. Because I expect the same in return, right? So I'm not going to go out go weapon and cause a lot of issues, this, that, and the other. And hey, if them guys want to race me hard or whatever, then by all means. But like I said, man, I hope there's no ill will there. I mean, like I said, I know that he was destined to get him a good finish, so I hate that happened, and it took away from that. I'm sure he's in the the playoffs. So yeah, that might have screwed him a little bit.
A little bit. Sean's Detail giving us a big old thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rich is leading the best of the rest. Yes, you are. You are currently 17th of the point standing, sir. Congrats, the best of the rest so far. I love it. I love it. All right, Jorgie, I appreciate you, man. P3 finished tonight. Off to he had to dodge some wrecks tonight too. Oh yeah, everybody was. There were some close calls. There's some things that probably should have, but that the iRacing thrown cautions, leave it on the inside. So, but it's unique, but it's different.
Oh yeah, and hey man, we'll go after it next week for sure. Hopefully we can put on another good race. Like I said, man, I just can't believe that this older Atlanta version did not drive how I was expecting it to drive. But like I said, everybody had to adapt to it. It just sucked that it was a plow box race, and clean air was key. So whoever got out front was looking pretty good. But again, I mean, God dang, Sean was on my bumper for lap after lap after lap. So I don't know how he was getting his car to turn. There were some points where I was trying to put my car in front of his to get him tight and whatnot. But like I said, man, these guys are good. They're fast, and when they're on it, they're on it. So I mean, you gotta drive perfect yourself to be able to. Man, I'm telling you, man, I was working my tail off whenever they was behind me. So,
good racing.
Good race.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's good racing.
Absolutely.
All right, Jorgie, give shout outs, man. Get a P3 tonight.
Oh man, here we go. That's right. We're gonna get long winded a little bit, but SIM500 for allowing us to have a place to call home. Again, I know I say this all the time and I sound like a broken record, but for Joey to keep up with me through the years and, finally, I mean, he would message me all the time on Messenger, just trying to get me to come back. And no, I just wasn't ready, but here I am. That son of a bitch ain't going to get rid of me. So Joey, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, keeping up with me through the years, man. But, wow. Goat Racing Diecast for sponsoring the series, right? GoatRacingDiecast.com. Go check them out. Guys, there's a diecast out there that y'all want. Get in touch with Charles, Chuck, whatever he goes by. I get it wrong every time, but he's got what you're looking for. GoatRacingDiecast.com, Signature Esports. Jason, you for the broadcast, man. I love it. Can't wait to go back and watch it again. I'll be laid up beside my smoking hot wife. So, if I'm watching it and I'm right there next to her, guess what? She's going to be watching it with me. So, looking forward to that. John Fowler for painting this car, complete graphics. I mean, it was fast. It looks fast. John, I appreciate it, man. I used to run them damn Dell Jr. schemes all the time, and I couldn't do what they flying fucking them cars. And John put together this, I gave him some of my favorite colors, and he put this thing together. And I mean, it was like a light switch, man. I started doing a lot better, winning races, and it's just been fun to drive a car that somebody painted, man. Somebody took the time and painted it specially for me. So, John, I appreciate it. Oh, man, let's see here. All the guys in Discord. We got Doug Sigmund, Doug Roth, Joe Hudson, Brian Wortman, Barry Stevens, myself. Ross Cato was in there tonight. I think Joey's got a trip coming up. Somebody talking about Caicos, Barbados, whatever. I'm sure Joey's probably got a alcoholic beverage in his hand, but I hope he tuned in tonight, Jason, and watched the race. I hope he enjoyed it, but he wasn't in Discord to cut up with us. He wasn't out there on the racetrack, so we missed Joey tonight. But other than that, man, just everybody for I mean, it was a decent race, to be honest with you. Like I said, I wish it drove a little bit better. I wish it drove off the right rear. I wish it was a looser setup, but everybody adapted to it, and for the most part, everybody kept it pretty clean. I think we had 3 cautions tonight, and that was it.
4. That's all good.
Oh well, 4, but
that's not bad.
No, it's not too bad. I mean, wrecks are going to happen, right? But there's some tracks out there that suit us way better than others, and we try to take advantage of them and put on some damn good races. Let me say this. It would have been nice to have some green flag pit stops, but hey, it's all good, man. I look forward to these races each and every time that we're out there on the track. I love these guys a lot, Jason. I mean, they're fast in their own right. I have the most fun every night racing with these guys, whether I'm finishing top 3, talking to you, whether I'm in victory lane, whether I'm on the hook in the infield care center, you name it, I have a smile on my face. Shit's going to happen, but I look forward to it. There's so many fast guys in this league. I'm still learning every time I'm out there with them. And, I've always had this mentality, right? Yeah, I think I'm fast, but there's always somebody faster than me. And, I just try to learn from them guys and get better, hone my skills in a little bit more. But again, a huge apology to Brian Macklin. Brian, I'll hit you up here in the next couple of days. We'll talk about it, get this put behind us. I hope there's no ill feelings there. No, nothing intentional by any means, just kind of one of them racing deals, brother. And I hope you went back and saw that. Like I said, man, just we'll get together, we'll put it behind us. But man, I know I thanked my smoking hot wife, but Stephen Miles for the win, man. Again, he started the play, he was the regular season point championship. The first race of the playoffs, or the second race, was a terrible start to his playoffs. So he desperately needed this win. And hey, man, he earned it. Right strategy on tires there at the end. And I mean, the guy drove up there and took it away and drove off in the sunset. Brandon for his second place finish. I mean, yeah, I needed a couple more laps. I mean, I had my tongue hung out there, Jason, to try to track him down, but just wasn't meant to be. But man, we'll try again next week.
Yeah, going off the Gateway. It'll be a good time. You and the smoking hot wife, enjoy your night, sir. We appreciate you, as always.
Jason, I appreciate it. Take care, brother.
That is Jorgensen coming home in P3 tonight. Led 47 laps and puts on a show and is one of my favorite human beings in this world. And absolutely continues to show up and show out. So we appreciate him and appreciate Goat Racing Diecast and SIM500. And they will be at Gateway as it would be. We got an all-star race tomorrow night with a little dirt action from the Chop Shop Racing crew. Going to be a big block modified racing, I believe, at Oswego. So we're going to have dirt racing tomorrow night. And then Friday night Cup Series action. Saturday night family time with the Jess, which will be probably doing something. I don't know what we're going to be doing, but we're going to be doing something. And then from there, we're going to go to Amp Racing and our Sunday Fun Day series and dirt racing on Sunday as well. So I think we have Oswego twice this week, Thursday and Sunday. So yeah, it's going to be good. And then what else? Yeah. It's been a good week. It's a good time. We love all y'all. We appreciate you. And tonight's stream was a lot better. We're going to continue to try to figure out what's going on because I still think there's an OBS issue. So if I have to read down an older version of OBS, I will do so, and we'll figure things out from there. But I want things to just continue to run smoothly. So we'll continue to press on and press forward. Again, folks, thank you very much to everybody for being out there. Be good, be safe, be kind of whatever the most important factor of life. And again, apologize about Jorgensen's language. He was a couple of F-bombs from me getting demonetized for this video. So, those things do happen. At least it wasn't in the first, 60 seconds of the video. So that's at least good. It's just the last couple of minutes. So we'll be all right with it, though. These guys get colorful, and I like it. You know what I mean? So, YouTube, please be kind to me. So, folks, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your night. And I am getting better, okay? I am getting better. My voice is a little bit better. It's still hoarse. I'm still, as we're going, I'm drinking water and having cough drops and trying to take things. And I saw Pop out there. Thank you, Pop. I appreciate you. Yeah, it get a little bit better, but it's still... Like, I'm on the verge of just being, let's go, right? I don't feel sick. Other than just a little congestion still left. I feel better. And I felt better yesterday. I just couldn't talk. It was still tight in my chest, but I just couldn't talk. And that's where I'm at today. So we'll keep going. We'll keep pressing forward and we'll keep getting out here calling races and continue to do what we do. And try to remember to speak from the diaphragm because that's how you call races and that's how you talk and it's how you should speak and to be very, very stern with your diaphragm and speak that way. So It is the way it is. We love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Baji, thank you so much. Much love to you, dear. And thank you to Jess and all of our sponsors, Lunatic Designs, Chop Shop Racing, Muscarella Motorsports. And, of course, any of you that want to be a sponsor, reach out to me. That is, it's $10 a week with a 6-month commitment. It's what I asked for in this current go-getter situation. So, which that would make it $260. Yep. That's how much it is to sponsor me. $260 for 6 months. That's how you know it. Yeah, it's good. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.